Now, on to episode 911. How apropos. Although it is November that we're recording this, so... No, we still remember. If you would, please like, subscribe, and follow. And if the little like button's not doing anything for you, punch it right in the head.
Just reboot everything. And
wait, it's a thumb.
It's a...
Be hard to punch it in the head. Yeah, then in that case, just reboot stuff.
Yeah.
That would work.
Give that a try.
I mean, what's the worst possible thing?
Check to see if your thumb's plugged in.
You can unplug your thumb?
Check to see if the drink holder is operational.
I have a drink holder?
You have a cup holder. Well, not anymore. Computers used to come with cup holders.
They did. Some people put little discs in them. I didn't understand that. It's like,
makes no sense.
Wow, I need a coaster for my cup holder.
Yeah.
What the hell, Omar? Just made zero sense to me. Where was I? Like?
Subscribe. Follow.
Thank you. That's the business end of the stuff. Now here's the interactive portion of our show.
Yay.
If you would like to leave a question, comment, conundrum, or snark, you can do that wherever you listen and or watch. Or if it's, shall we say, a longer missive that you have written, you may send us that tome via email at TITR@netradio. Which is just really a period. Network.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
TITR netradio.network.
Yep.
/bonsai.
No.
Hashtag, huh?
More likely.
Truer.
This from UPI via Jessica Thompson.
Jessica.
And by the way, I've got two stories here because of Jessica.
She's Mrs. T.
Yes. A truck failed to clear the low-situated Massachusetts Avenue overpass on Memorial Drive in Cambridge the other day.
You did that all in one breath.
Knocking 2 porta potties off the truck and onto the road.
There's a lot of breath holding.
The truck initially left the scene, and who wouldn't?
In a freaking hurry.
But returned about 20 minutes later, presumably with a bucket and a mop, to collect the spillage. The incident was an example of what is known as storrowing.
Huh?
Storrowing. STORROWING.
I don't care how you spell it. Storrowing?
Yeah, it's named for Boston's Storrow Drive.
Is that where they dump all the stuff?
It features multiple low-clearance bridges that are often struck by overnight vehicles. Kablam! Ow! Ooh. Kablam! Ow! Ooh.
So Optimus Prime would never.
Well, the thing you got to do is then if you're trying to
come on, a Transformer mentioned early in the day?
I heard it. That's not too bad. You got to storm on their side, I suppose. So here's one more porta potty story to just kind of fill things out.
Pretty sure that would be the opposite, but okay.
Reaching into the depths of porta pottying.
Where's my cell phone? Lost forever.
Oh, yeah. After pre-gaming in a parking lot before a concert event, I decided to stand in an extremely long line waiting for what? Psst. Yes. You with the psst.
Well, nothing. My head sprung a leak. No, I'm just curious. Is it pre-gaming? Or a concert?
Pregaming? Yeah.
No.
You can Wow, how would you do that?
It's not pre-gaming.
It can't be a game because it's a concert, pre-concerting.
Yeah. Thank you.
Pre-concertoing. Anyway, this guy decided to stand in an extremely long line waiting for one of 3 porta potties. Obviously, there weren't enough.
Strange.
They are.
And that's coming from me.
I thought my bladder would explode before I got to the front of the line.
Why don't they just call it tailgating like they do for everything else?
I then slip on a pile of vomit.
Just a party outside before you go inside.
Falling to my knees, my chest hit the seat of the potty and more vomit splashed all over me.
There's a fetish for that.
After getting home, I realized there was vomit in my bra. Never again. Oh, and this is a good one.
What? She's not wearing a bra ever again? Or?
Well, no, I have not. Well, lady, everyone will want vomit in their bra.
She's bringing it up for the whole family?
The lady in one of the porta potties at a 10K I ran in did not lock the door. As I opened the door, I tripped. And my face landed face first on her item of interest. That's going to be awkward for both of them, I think.
Forever and a day.
Will you ever get over that?
There are certain memories that just don't leave you. That would be all of them wrapped into 2, 1,
3.
What?
Wow, we are on the same page today.
Yeah, we should probably just go away now and start over later.
No. You read your next story.
You've heard of wedding day jitters. Let's talk about Neil Crossley. According to People magazine, the 60-year-old was the father of the bride. Okay. And as he strolled down the aisle in November 5th, while we're busy either voting or crying about the vote.
Well, believe me, the crying's lasting a lot longer than the vote.
My God, people.
I think, honest to God, after seeing
I still carry a hanky, but not enough.
I after seeing some of them, they're faking it. Some of them are just obviously faking it. But those that are real, I think, honest to goodness, those poor people need actual counseling of some sort. They're just
2 words: nephew, Duluth. That's how weird it can get.
Okay.
You don't remember? If you Google nephew Duluth, see what you get.
Okay.
It's not pretty. It shows what happens when you spew stupid over and over and over continually. Now back to fun. Somebody's getting married on the 5th. Neil Crossley is 60 years old. And according to People magazine, he was going down the aisle in Yorkshire, England, arriving at the altar and realized...
Well, he couldn't have voted in our election anyway. He was in Yorkshire, England, where they make Yorkshire pudding, which I love.
Could have pre-voted.
Could have sent in an absentee
But he's
ballot.
British. That doesn't seem to matter for anyone else.
No, it doesn't.
Hi, I have 2 hands. Can I vote? Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, he gets to the altar and discovers he's missing something. And then realized he was missing his daughter. The bride.
After all, this is Dad's day. It's all about him.
Ben, the father of the bride. There were stupid little things that I'm sure happened all day long to me because my brain was just, my baby's good. Well, she'll be out of the house.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But I at least remember that when we walked down the aisle, she was
right there.
She was right there on my arm, so she couldn't lose me.
Which was her job.
Which, by the way, is one of my
primary job at the wedding was, Cara, you lose Tony. That's it.
She is not a daddy's girl anymore. Well, come on. She's 42, married with 3 daughters.
Yeah, how could you
I think I've slidden down the pole of popularity just a hair.
Yep.
But there's one picture as we're walking down the aisle that I'm looking straight ahead, looking all like proud dad. And she's looking at me, and it's the sweetest picture I have ever seen in my life. Looking better. Anyway, he got there. She wasn't there.
Then there's a picture of Tony going, no.
At least they didn't have any video because when I said, "Here, you rat bastard."
Get her off my hands, would you?
Yeah. According to Amy Toddy,
okay,
who I'm guessing was Amy Crossley at one point, she was the bride, said it was just pure miscommunication between my dad and the staff. You walk down the aisle and the bride will magically appear. Maybe it was like, one of those concert things where lower her down.
If everyone believes in brides, clap your hands 3 times.
Click your heels together and you'll be back in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. Yeah, there we go.
Amy, she said a staff member. Oh, this guy or girl must have had a great time. A staff member did follow him down the aisle, trying to guide him back to his daughter, as the congregation and family, as you may have guessed, snorted and chortled.
snortled.
Toddy said, think about it. This is a moment none of us will ever forget, and no one else will have in their wedding memories.
I have a friend who thinks that it's the stuff that goes wrong that makes memories.
You know,
The more wrong it goes, the better.
When you buy things, right?
Yeah.
Especially antiques and like perfection, right?
Right.
No, it's the flaw. That's why it's worth something. It's the misprinted, stupid ass sports card. It's the picture with a slight imperfection that's collected.
Absolutely. It's the life led like a pack of idiots.
And think of this, this entire family and everyone in that church will have something to remember that nobody else in the world probably has.
And I love the idea. The thought in my mind was one of the people helping stood in the back and went, "Oi! Get over here,
mate. Girl in white."
The Flathead Beacon.
Think about it. This would be a hoot.
I would love it.
Tell the kids, the grandkids.
Well, and they had to have video of it, so there's going to be the day Dad forgot he had a daughter. This is lovely.
I just feel bad for the dad because we all know the most important thing to a dad is his little girl.
What am I to do?
Here you. Well, the most important thing to some dad is 2 sons.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm hoping that worked because my son has 2 sons.
This from the Flathead Beacon Police Blotter. Settle in.
Thank God, at least a moment of normalcy.
4:28 p.m.
That's almost 4:30 in the afternoon.
Someone in Lakeside called to report their 3-year-old was missing from the backyard.
Uh-oh.
The child was found 6 minutes later.
Good.
In the backyard.
Interesting.
5:40 p.m. A man
Did they actually look in the backyard?
The first time? You wonder, right?
Kind of glance out the window.
What the heck? 5:40 p.m. A man
a kid wasn't where I set them 5 minutes ago. What's going on?
It's a child. They're mobile. Once they're mobile, all bets are off.
Oh boy.
5:40 p.m. A man who was brought
my grandsons. There's a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. Well, 4.5 and 1.5.
Okay.
Give or take.
Yeah.
And the old Finn can just piss off Joey the younger.
No end.
Simply by hanging out with him.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And Joey has 2. Joey has 2 personalities. He's either sweet as an angel or Satan.
There we go.
And so Mom will, Finn, could you just go downstairs and play for a little while so Joey can calm down? As soon as Finn heads downstairs, guess who's 3 steps behind him? I look, Joe, you were just you're
just complaining. 5:40 p.m. A man who was brought into the detention center by his parole officer neglected to discard the marijuana he had in his pocket.
You paid for it.
He was consequently cited for possession, which is probably a parole violation.
Probably.
6:20 p.m.
That's like in some place, necrophilia could be okay.
A band of dogs were barking at Haywire Gulch.
All that again?
This probably went on for days. 7 p.m. Someone ran over a moose on Highway 2.
Why am I thinking, wasn't there a song like that in the 60s? All that's left is a band of dogs?
That's a band of gold.
Well, that's not the same at all.
No. Someone ran over a moose on Highway 2.
No, they did not.
They were driving a tank, I guess.
A 36-wheeler. By the way, we saw one of those. These huge honking freaking things hauling something that weighed more than me.
Okay.
And barely.
Yeah.
And it's going through our roundabout. Now, admittedly, there was a moment where everyone kind of waited.
Yep.
But he went right through without a problem. Was in his own lane.
And everything.
Did everything just fine. Headed back off down 95. And my city engineer wife looks at me and goes, huh. Everybody says those are too small for big trucks. I haven't seen a bigger truck. It had 16 axles. On the trailer, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it had 14. It had
14 wheels, you mean?
No, it did have 16. 4 on the cab.
Yeah.
And then it had 1, 2. Yeah. And then it had 16 wheels. So it had 18 wheels pulling. And he got right through there, no problem.
Wow. They're getting better at these roundabouts. They had to make one of ours bigger.
Of course,
fire department couldn't get through.
They might be in a hurry. I have children who, when they drive on the road, can tell you about the crown of the road.
Isn't that fun?
No, because I still don't really understand it, but they seem to. So.
I remember your wife one time, I can't remember where we were coming back from, but we were headed back toward the National Sports Center toward our house.
Yep.
And I think the USA Cup worldwide soccer thing was going on.
Yeah.
And there were buses.
If you can't go to it, just drive by Blaine if you can. It's the colors and the festivities and all the people. It's amazing. As you're driving by, it's like, oh man! And I thought the mall was good.
This our
By the way, the best place that people watch is beach.
Beach. Yes,
the beach is the best place that people watch.
So during the USA Cup, there we are on pretty much a brand new road that they'd built for the golf tournament up there and for the USA Cup. Yep. And there are buses lined up in the breakdown lane, right on the shoulder. And Robin
Did they all break down?
No, they were driving on it. And Robin says, why are they driving on the shoulder? That's never built up to take that kind of traffic. And I said, Rob, I think they planned for it. And they may have just built that out because they do it with the golfers too. Do they really? She was very concerned. I went, yep, that's all I can tell you.
They have finished a big road project in town.
Yeah.
Put in a roundabout, kind of kittywampus, unkittywampus, an intersection.
Yeah.
And can you read kittywampus something is what I'm wondering. Anyway.
I think you can.
So we're going to the kids for Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
And we're not going the way I would normally go, which is to the road that way. No, we went this way. What are you doing? Oh, we're going to drive on the new road. Why? Because in the Princeton thing on Facebook, everyone's whining about it. And we're driving on it. It seems very narrow.
Okay.
I said, did they make it smaller? No. She said, I think it's curb effect.
Oh, okay.
There are now curbs on both sides.
And now it seems
And it just
narrower.
seems like it's tighter, although they have some sort of lane over there. I think it's a parking lane. I said, well, if you're parking a motorcycle.
Sure. Or a very skinny car.
No, they're not that skinny. I don't think even a smart car would have fit there, and that'll fit in your pocket.
So she had
to go. So she had been on it, and then she had to show me because I don't know. And she comes back from she had to drop off her car, so she walked home.
Yeah.
And comes in the door and said, yeah, that's not a parking lane.
Uh-oh.
Rob, let it go.
It's okay.
But there's so many things wrong with that road. Yep. Yeah. We figured that out right away when they couldn't quite match the level of the patch at the intersection.
Yep.
Just a hair lower. It's not like a thud, but it's just enough where you wiggle. And it's like, this shouldn't surprise you. I know, but they didn't do a very good job. It's because you and Andy weren't there to make sure it was perfect.
Exactly right. 9:50 p.m. Someone called in about a suspicious logging truck with its engine running on the side of the North Fork Road. Deputies checked it out. It was not running or suspicious.
It was
11:33. 11:33 p.m. A man arrived at the Columbia Falls Fire Station in need of assistance because
he was walking with its girlfriend logging truck, because that's what you do when you take walks with. Sorry,
he had salsa in his eye.
Huh?
He had salsa in his eye, so he went to the fire station, put out the fire in his eye.
Sure.
12:33 p.m. The dogs at Haywire Gulch were making a thunderous racket. And the last two.
What the hell are all the what?
Haywire Gulch is the place to be.
Hey, Bill, have you talked to Fido? Didn't see him at the Gulch last night. It was a good time. We howled.
1:10 a.m.
Pissed off that one old woman. It was just marvelous. She called again.
1:10 a.m. The sirens at the fire department in Evergreen went off. The department was having some technical difficulties. At 1:10 a.m. Ooh.
Hey, that's way better than having a fire. So
1:12 a.m.
the alarm is still going off.
Someone in Evergreen.
Wait. The
Nope.
dogs are howling at the alarm going off.
Nope, not so far. Someone in Evergreen called to say they could hear an air raid siren.
Marty looked at me and said, "Do you know what an air raid siren sounds like?"
Yeah.
Well, kind of from the movies, maybe, but I don't know if that's.
I just love the idea. Here we are in Montana. An air raid siren?
Well, you know how rascally those Nazis were. They could be bombing Montana.
The commies are coming over to hit Flathead. Oh boy, good luck.
Where is it? It's right under you. No, that can't be.
Oh God, they might miss and hit Evergreen. Whatever shall we do? Bye.
Wave politely. Okay, I'll keep this one short since you babbled so long.
Yeah, that's me.
61-year-old Michael Gordon Dick, who I'm sure got teased roundly through most of his life, lives in Beaverton, Oregon.
Oh Lord.
Yes, you know, the Dicks of Beaverton. Was sentenced on September 11th to 90 months in prison following his guilty plea. Can you guess what he was convicted of? It's a felony. It's public indecency. So the Michael Dick, public indecency, Beaverton. Wow. KPTV reported Dick was arrested. What? You can't even put Mr. in front of that to make it sound better. MGD was arrested. Now it sounds like a beer.
Ooh.
Miller Golden Draft. Oh no.
Yeah.
Dick was, let's call him Draft.
What?
Was arrested last year after someone reported him standing on a bench in a backyard. Wait a minute. Oh no, this is Oregon. I thought, is this Montana?
No.
He was arrested last year after someone reported him standing on a bench in a backyard naked from the waist down, looking into the neighbors' backyards. I have several questions.
Go right ahead.
The least offensive of which is, whose backyard had the bench? Was it his at least?
Yeah, let's hope.
Wow, that's the best you can hope. He was on probation at the time.
For what, Tone?
Public indecency. Of course he was.
I guess he took his last name way too seriously.
Stupid Draft.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.